Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a stamp die on this Tersus here, just like this World Star T-Bird. Alright, for this die you're going to need a paper plate, a disc of course, contact paper, an X-Acto knife, a hair dryer, generic shaving cream, dye, and a disposable cup and spoon. So the process of making a stamp die is cutting out your stamp in the places you want to dye, knowing that if you cut on the foil lines here, that your die won't dye the foil. So it'll only soak into the plastic around it. You can be a little bit imprecise as long as you're cutting on the lines of the foil itself. Alright, so your first step is going to be to put the contact paper on. Now the idea is to get it on with no bubbles. So what you want to do is place it centered on your disc. And then you're going to want to peel up one side and run your finger back and forth, slowly pushing that edge down. And this will make sure there's no bubbles. Once you get it all the way past the stamp and close to the edge, rotate it around, peel it back up. And you're just going to want to repeat that again on this side. After you get to that portion, pick up your disc and you're going to want to fold your edges back over just to make sure that contact paper doesn't go anywhere and you don't have any of your dye running over and dyeing the edge of your disc. Alright, the next step is going to be cutting out the areas you actually want to dye. So I'm going to start out with red, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dye all of the suction cups, portions underneath all of your tentacles here, the eyes, and probably a few of these little, what look like scales. Alright, so you've cut out your stamp in all the places you want to dye. The next step's really important. What you want to do is you want to take your hair dryer and you're going to blow it over the stamp. And that's going to heat up the glue under the contact paper. You take a little towel and you're going to press it in there, just to make sure all those edges stick down on that. So I'm going to get right to it. Alright, on to the next step is going to be mixing your dye. You're going to put just a little bit of water in your cup here. Follow that up with some of your unscented generic shaving cream. Fill it up just a bit. You don't want to go too full because it'll make mixing a pain. And then dump your dye in. You want to be very liberal with it. Make sure you get plenty of dye in there because it's going to be diluted by your shaving cream. I put quite a bit, and then it's just going to be mix it up. Now I probably mix mine up for 3 to 5 minutes just to really make sure it gets nice and even and we don't get any of these splotches of dye powder. Alright, so after you get everything cut out, pushed down, no bubbles, all you have to do is take your mixed dye, plop it right on the disc, spread it around, and then just let it sit. I'll probably let this guy sit for 2-3 hours before I pull it off, wash it, and it'll be good to go. Alright, so once you've let your shaving cream sit on your disc for a while, all you gotta do is rinse it off, and you will see it's been dyed in all the right places. I went ahead and did purple after I finished up that red, and this is a pretty good example of how you can do a stamp die.